Hey, what's up, guys? I had another weekly close for Bitcoin, and I think things are going to be kind of boring over the next few weeks, but we're not going to talk about Bitcoin today. We actually want to talk about Bitcoin dominance because we're seeing a huge trend change here with this line being broken. The dominance trend, which had been rising for 2 years, really since that historic alt season after Bitcoin had peaked at 20,000, and then alts had a massive run where Ethereum went to 1,400, kind of topped out right there, and then we saw just kind of dominance really begin to rise over a 2 year period. Was it 2 years? Yeah, it was about 2 years, 2.5 years, and now we're seeing this trend change 30 months, approximately 30 months later. So we're seeing a huge change over a very big time frame. So that would indicate to us that maybe another alt season is on the brink. So we're going to talk about that today. Before I continue, it's not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Past performance is not an indicator of future performance, so research. Everything here is strictly my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. All the charts are informational purposes only, so really just do that research and remember that everything here is strictly my opinion. Now, this break right here, now that we had 1 week where we were kind of under, we had a second week which was pretty decisive, and this third week we're starting here, it just seems very decisive. And when looking at these breaks, these trend changes, you want to look at the leading alt, and that is Ethereum. And what is Ethereum showing us right now? Well, Ethereum is under one of these key resistance points, where it's really, when it's above this level, it could really start to shoot up, and shoot up quick. Okay, and we're talking about a 4x, 5x type move, where here, December 11th, it found support at 28, and it went all the way to 0.28, 0.3 to really 0.12, so 4x move. And then, from here, we saw 0.007 all the way up to 0.14, so like a 16x, but just a ridiculous move. I'm not going to do the math right here, but this move was significant. I remember calculating it in USD terms. It was like a 40x move, which was ridiculous. And Ethereum went from just a couple dollars to really 450, something crazy like that. It was at like $10. It went to like 450 in the matter of 4 months. So just a astonishing move. And then dominance really fell while Bitcoin was rising over the next 6 months, and then Bitcoin started falling and alts really started rising for that next alt season, which everyone remembers, right here in January time. Now we're getting back to, really on the brink of getting back over this zone again. And as we get over this zone, that's going to be a real key, especially with Bitcoin dominance. So I'd be expecting just kind of like a very decisive move for Bitcoin, especially given that the volume's been pretty low for a while. I think we're going to start seeing some volume here. When that happens, not sure. When you have low volume, I mean, you could consolidate for weeks, months sometimes, but it does seem to be knocking on the door of really getting over this hump and then really starting to just really make a decisive move upward. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked to see the move that Ethereum makes. And really the indicators are this Bitcoin dominance is breaking. I think Bitcoin, we still have that opinion that prices are going to come down significantly for Bitcoin, but when, we don't really know, because at the end of the day, You know, especially looking at election years with stocks, Bitcoin is going to be correlated with stocks. I think you can see a deep connection, and we could see just kind of like a grinding period where we're kind of in a range for a bit until September for a couple weeks, for like 8 weeks, and then we may start breaking down then. I think this is kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, where we kind of have a grinding, and maybe we can even break up over 9.5 and 10. If we break up over 10, I think we're going to start pushing against this wall. So that'll ultimately be pretty bullish, and then really start trying to retest that $13,000 range. But I would typically expect the price to kind of consolidate within a range and then start slowly breaking down. Especially by December time, so 6 months from now, I think we'll really start seeing a breakdown around here. We should start moving down quite a bit. And you know, if Bitcoin consolidates, it's absolutely possible that alts just really start to take off. A lot of liquidity goes into alts, and you just start seeing these massive pumps across the board. So Ethereum looks like it's on the brink. What about some other majors like XRP? XRP is actually one of my favorite charts right now, because these huge runs for XRP were pretty much at those levels where they were at support before really making a powerful bounce upward. And I think we're really setting up here to see like a 2x move, like at least to 40, 44. And I'll say any wicks over this 44, like that's going to be one target that I have for XRP. I think there's going to be a huge candle coming through for XRP soon. Because it's right here at this support zone. I think we could capitulate to like this 1400 level, or you know, a break up out of this zone would be an indication that maybe it's time to really start scaling into XRP. This range is pretty big, so there's, you know, 20, it's more than 25%, but it's a quite a significant range, a 33% range from in between this box. Looking at EOS, you know, again, EOS kind of painting the same picture. It's kind of at this resistance point right here, this supply zone. So kind of bounced here, finding support. If it could break out of this box, I think that's going to be very bullish for EOS as well. Bitcoin Cash is looking very attractive as well. It's right at the bottom of these all-time lows, and I actually really like Bitcoin Cash. I actually bought some today, and I think it's gonna really start to push upward. So Bitcoin Cash is at a major support zone. You know, honestly, I haven't looked at Litecoin yet, but let's do that together. And I guarantee Litecoin's probably at a major resistance level as well. So here's one level. Litecoin, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really paint the best picture, but there is a lot of data on Litecoin, which is nice. But it does look like Litecoin's kind of doing the same thing, where it's pretty damn low. I think it could go a lot lower, as much as 50%, but for it to recover over, you know, around this level right here, this black line, if we see a price movement up here, I would say that there's a lot of strength in Litecoin. So that 0.005648 level, I think you can see a lot of potential in Litecoin to really start catching up as well. So yeah, you know, that's really all for today. I really wanted to talk about Bitcoin dominance. I think that trend shift is very significant, especially when you look at, you know, we'd been moving in this channel for about 2 years, and we found support twice at these levels, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and now we're breaking. So let me know what you guys think. Is this an alt season? Is this not? And also, you know, it's like I said, it's possible that Bitcoin consolidates while alts move. Bitcoin could go down and alts don't get hit hard as heavily, Or this could be, Bitcoin moves up and alts outperform. Those are the three scenarios in the alt season. All of them are, just as likely. I've kind of thrown out that Bitcoin moves up and alts just outperform. So I think it's either a consolidation for Bitcoin while alts move up, or Bitcoin kind of ranges downward while alts outperform. If this was a false breakout, we'll see a huge green candle, alts will really start to bleed, and I think the indication would be moving back in this channel. That'd be a very strong indication that this was not only a false breakout, but alts are going to get significantly weaker over the coming months, years. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment for more content as I release it, and we'll see you next time.